Welcome back, class 7th. Today we will continue with exercise 2.3. We have done first and the second question. Now we are moving on. Question number 3. Question number 3 says, for the following fractions, you have to multiply and reduce the product to the lowest form if possible. So the first thing you want to do is you want to multiply the fractions and then reduce the product to lowest form if possible. If there is any cutting possible, we have to do that. Then the second part says, tell whether the fraction obtained is proper or improper. Then whatever you obtained after multiplication and cancelling, what kind of fraction is it? Is it a proper fraction? Is it an improper fraction? I hope you remember what a proper and improper fraction mean. A proper fraction is one in which the numerator is smaller than the denominator, and the improper fraction has either the numerator denominator equal to each other or the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Third part, if your fraction obtained is improper, then convert it into a mixed fraction. Now, first and third part is something we always do when we are multiplying two fractions. We multiply, we reduce, and if the answer is an improper fraction, we change it to a mixed number. So the same thing will be done here. So I'm not doing all parts with you. I'll be doing few parts and the rest will be your homework. First part is 2 by 5 multiplied by 5 and 1 by 4. Now the first step is to change this mixed number into an improper fraction. Let's convert 5 into 4 plus 1. This will be 21 by 4. The first fraction same, no change. Now you can first multiply and then do the cutting, or you can do the opposite. You can cancel first and then multiply. Now I'm just following this, multiplying first and then reducing to lowest terms. Multiplying the numerators, 2 into 21. Multiplying the denominators, 5 into 4. This gives me 42 by 20. So I've done the multiplication. Now I will reduce to the lowest form. Lowest form means I'll try to see if cutting is possible. Both of these numbers in the numerator and denominator are even. I'll divide them by 2. So dividing by 2, 42 divided by 2 gives 21. 20 divided by 2 gives 10. See if further cutting is possible. I get 21 by 10. Now I've multiplied. I have reduced to lowest form. There is no further cutting possible. I have to tell what kind of answer this is, whether it's proper or improper. Since the numerator is bigger, this is an improper fraction. Now the answer is improper. I want to change it to mixed. And for that I'm going to divide my numerator by the denominator. Let's divide. Making the mixed number, quotient on the side, remainder on the top, the denominator remains the same. So my answer is 2 and 1 by 10. Let's do one more part. I am now doing sixth part of the same question. I've got 2 and 3 by 5 multiplied with 3. Let's multiply these fractions. Now the thing is, this is a fraction but this is not, so I would have to write this as a fraction. So I'm doing two things side by side. I'm going to change this mixed fraction into improper, so this will be changed. 5 into 2 is 10 plus 3 is 13 by 5, and side by side I'm writing this 3 as a fraction. Now to write 3 as a fraction, what I have to do is I have to write 1 under it. So 1 will be in the denominator. Now I have two fractions to be multiplied. Let's multiply the numerators together, denominators together. So this gives me 39 by 5. I have done the first step, which was multiply. I have done multiplication. Multiplication gives me 39 by 5. Then they are saying reduce to the lowest form. See if there is any cutting possible. There is no cutting possible here. Then I have to tell what kind of answer I obtained. This is an improper fraction again. So I want to change it to a mixed number. To change it to mixed number, I will divide. Let's divide the numerator 39 by 5. The remainder left is 4. Make the mixed number 7 and 4 by 5. This is how you will be doing this question. All other parts are your homework. Let's move on. If you want, you can pause the video, complete all the parts, and then come back and start from here. Question number 4 is compare. Now this question has 2 parts. I'll be doing one and the second one will be your homework. So the first part is you have to compare 2 by 7 of 3 by 4 and the 3 by 5 of 5 by 8. You have to find out which is greater. It could also be which is smaller. So whether they ask you to find out which is greater, which is smaller, means you have to compare. Before we compare this and this, so OR will tell you which value is to be compared with which value. So the value over here, this is to be compared with this. But we cannot compare two fractions together. We are going to simplify and then we will compare. So let's simplify. We already know OF represents multiplication. So 2 by 7 into 3 by 4. Obtain the answer. I'm going to cancel here 2 and 4. So 2 and 4 cancelled. 2 ones are 2. 2 twos are 4. This on simplification gives me numerator multiplied give me 3. The denominators multiplied give me 14. On this side, let's simplify these. 3 by 5 OF represents multiplication. Second fraction is 5 by 8. Now again cutting is possible. 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5. Let us see what I'm left with. From the numerators I'm left with 3. From the denominators I'm left with 8. Now I will compare. So step 1 is to simplify, and then step number 2 is to compare. And for comparison, you can either use cross multiplication, which I think is easier when you only have 2 fractions to be compared. So cross multiplication works best if you have 2 fractions to compare. But if there are more fractions to compare or arrange in ascending descending order, then it's preferable to use the LCM method. But I leave it up to you. You can use any of the 2 methods here as well. I prefer doing cross multiplication. So I'm going to cross multiply. I'll be sending the denominators from one side to the other side. So denominator of this fraction goes to right side and the denominator of this fraction goes to the other side. So what I get over here, I get 3 multiplied with 8 from the other side, and over here I get this 3 multiplied with 14 from the other side. So this is 24 and this is 42. Now you can compare. This is smaller than this one, so you can give your answer accordingly.